welcoming you back for a big, yummy, very special update, baby dolls. I've got a lot of macro data here. I want to answer the question for you. Are we actually in a bull market? Yes. But first, let's look at the reality of what happened. So the US PMI, the manufacturing PMI data came out at a poopy 48.7. Okay. Now, the thing is, it's backwards looking. Okay. So it's backwards looking. It's past 30 or 60 days. Okay. Because it takes a month to like compute the data. And it's 48.7. Now, if you're watching my channel, I show you the business cycle, and this is how we measure it, friends. The US manufacturing PMI, it's the nicest, most pure, cleanest read of where the world economy is, which it's kind of wild because there's another one. There's a flash PMI. There's like the world one. But the world one, for example, I don't know why, friends. I think there's just a lot of soy in different parts of Europe and just different parts of the world. There's just too much soy going on out there. America, for some reason, its PMI, it correlates with the business cycle the best. It is what it is, okay? I'm not going to think about why. I mean, I've given you some reasons maybe why I think so, but it is what it is, okay? Even though this is why it's actually quite special, we're going to play some Pumpy G music. The reason why it's special, friends, is because America is a service-based economy now. First world countries, they become more services-based, because they don't want to make all the factories and have like, 8-year-old kids with Chinese bowl hair haircuts who are just like, putting together iPhones. They pretty much, they outsource that, right? They become more services based. Financial services like banking and like, what other services, friends? You maybe you call a girl over, she gives you like a knee massage, those types of things, okay? That's what happens when you start to stock up on the moolah over time. Now, we've had 34 months in the pooper. It was 33 months. I've just changed it to 34 months now. Alt season happens when it's 52 plus. Now, so we see, okay, Somi, the PMI, it's down for a very, very long time. It hasn't ticked up, okay? But then we've got to battle it with something. The Bitcoin 6-month chart, this is the longest Bitcoin run in history without a big 6-month correction. And 6-month corrections in crypto, that's bear market, yeah? So if we finish this year green, right, it's going to be like literally definitively the most that we've ever seen in terms of the longest run, okay? But I'm just going to show you some crazy information. Let's actually look at the world stocks and macro. And just to give you a bit of a teaser, friends, for September, immediately, another yummy update, one of crypto's worst traders, Crypto Crapo, he's bearish on September. He just said, thank you to Mr. Custard for showing me this. September is coming, and it should be a very bearish month with some surprises for many. I hope you enjoy the weekend. So he's one of the worst traders ever, but it's a good lesson on network effects. Because he's so bad, everyone talks about him. His followers grew from like 250,000 on Twitter. He's got like 980,000, almost 1 million followers now, just for being so notoriously trash. His Telegram used to have like, 38,000 people in it at the end of the bear market 2022. But because everybody kept talking about how terribly trash he is, he's now up to like over like 110,000 people in his Telegram, which is kind of funny, friends. People just love seeing a train wreck and people get stuff wrong. Now, we're actually going to go, I'm going to show you something. So what I'm about to show you is going to shock you, friends, and you might actually have to peg your own nipples for this one. So I have a data table here, okay? Data table. Now, you see these rows? Well, what that shows you is, see this column here, junk outperformance? Okay, so what they do is there's different sectors of stocks, right? In crypto, we have sectors, privacy coins, and this dog meme coin, and Solana meme coin, etc., right? Or like DEX coins, where in markets, the stock market, they split the stocks up. And they have a term for really high risk stuff. They just call it junk, which is kind of funny. They literally just call it, it's like them calling them shit coins, right? Now, junk stuff, they track how does the junk growth compared to the rest of the healthy stuff. And it's almost like our others BTC, yeah? And what they found is, okay, on this data point, what they do is they measure this period of time of how much does the junk stocks, how much do they outperform the normal stocks, and they write it down. Now, if you go, friends, and check out when it had the biggest outperformances, so this period here, if you check out what 2009 this date was, friends, it was literally the GFC bottom. Yeah. If you go check out where it was in January 2021, that was the S&P 500 still had another year to run, a whole year of running up. If you check out this overperformance 2009, that was also the bottom, right? Bottom, GFC. If you check out this period in 2000, okay, I've actually gone here, right? This is the period that I just want to show you. In 2000, it was about June. So junk starts outperforming here. Now, you know, friends, this is actually the top of before the GFC bubble goes down. You're like, whoa, but if you actually look up, this is enough time for a crypto rally, right? If you check it out here, this is one period here. I mean, look at this, friends. It was still sideways for like 5 months. You know, if we run from 5 months from now, that's like till February next year, where the market still hasn't crashed, okay? So, and remember, I just went through like 6 points. It's one of them. It's kind of near a top. Look at this, friends, as well. The next one is zombie virus's bottom. You see that? And now here is our one. So, friends, I just want to check that out, right? Look at this, right? See how we have following 3-month performance of junk versus non-junk. So what they actually show you is there like a big market crash? See, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out of 5, just one of them was like, oh no, we're near a top. And when it topped out, you still had 5 months. So what I'm showing you is whenever junk stocks have shot up like this, it's either at a bottom or you're in like a healthy part of the bull market. There's no damage coming around the corner. Even, friends, you can even look at the other ones. 2000 was also similar here, 2021. But what they do is they measure all these overperformances. So when you're in like this top area, when you have like a giant rally, yeah, it's higher odds that there's bull market friendship around the corner. So that's why it's very alarming. Or it's bullishly alarming. Because that's weird, man. It feels like it's been running on forever. Okay. Remember, friends, I've also had this, you know, not just theory, but I think I've been correct so far. Because the zombie virus was a black swan, because it shocked everyone so much, it makes it harder for us to basically take too much euphoria risk going on forward. It makes you think twice about it. So you had the zombie virus, and then you had the 2022 black swan, which is pretty much in everybody. They went from 0 to 5% interest rates hiked up. So it feels like everybody needs a lot more confirmation to really let go. Now, you might be frustrated, and so am I, but what that actually means is you have strong hands for a longer period of time. Okay? And also what it does mean is when you finally are able to let the crowd go, it requires a higher hurdle rate, you know? It's not just, oh, interest rates are cutting down once. No. It makes people like, if they commit into this, like they really, really, really are sure that they can go euphoric now. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, friends, imagine there's some teenage kids and every time they had a party, they just crash the house and the parents don't let them. And the parents say, look, no more house parties, only for your special birthday. That's it. Only like on your, you know what I mean? You need like a really big event of the year, like maybe just a birthday. That's when you can invite everybody over. But you can't do it just to watch like some random game or to maybe you watch Squirrels Racing, you know, the Squirrel Racing TV show, whatever sports channel is, where they just pretty much, you know, throw nuts on a race course and see which squirrel wins the race. Okay, you can't just invite everybody over for that, right? It's a higher hurdle rate, right? So I've written here, are you scratching your head in confusion? How can we just be starting to get bullish now when the cycle has been going on for so long? Well, I don't make the rules, friends. I'm just showing you the data, you know, just showing like, okay, out of 5 points, 4 of them is pretty great. Actually, all of them were great. One of them, when it was bad, you still had 5 months. Now, 5 months in crypto is an eternity. Okay, 5 months is enough for a big alt season. The ISM manufacturing data just printed a dog poop 48.7, indicating we haven't even started the proper bull season yet. How will this resolve? So, friends, this is just totally my guess. And I've got my exotic top signal videos and stuff coming out later. But my guess is Bitcoin becomes very weak. You have Bitcoin dominance going down. Altcoins pump hard. So why I'm just showing you that, friends, is like, look, obviously, look, this is where, my friends, I've given you this example. It's such a good example. If you invited your friends over and you went to the park and you brought out the sandwiches and picnic blanket and it started raining, what would you think of your friends if they said, I don't like your sandwiches because of the clouds. I don't like them. You might say, hey, why are you judging my nice, cute little cheese, ham, and tomato sandwiches? I even cut the crust for you because you're a little bitch. You don't eat crust, okay? I spent time cutting the crust for you. What's your problem? Why are you blaming the rain on me? Do you see how like that's like frustrating? Okay, when we are looking at altcoins right now and you're saying they're garbage, you know, I know everyone says like, oh, Richard Hart or Justin Sun or Chainlink, Sir Gay, you know what I mean? Oh, he's got gay in his name. Jeez, I knew we were going to get penetrated from behind. Jeez, you see, everyone's just concluding this stuff. They're concluding the wrong things, man. Okay, what you should be concluding is, man, this business cycle's been taking a long time. Black Swan level of long, right? Literally worse than 70 years. Actually, for business PMI being this below 52, actually, this is a record. Yeah, since I started collecting the data. You have to go back to like 1880. I can't believe I'm saying that number. Oh, gosh. But then again, we had Black Swan, man. We had zombie virus Black Swan and then interest rate hiking Black Swan. So it's kind of like the volatility just shocked everyone so much. It's just everyone's like, you know what, man? I'm grinding my gears. I'm just too scared. By the way, you can feel it in the psychology of the crypto investors. Every single person wants to take out profit at a 10x. No one wants to hold. No one wants to round trip. Nobody wants to take risk. Everybody's nihilistic. I mean, you even see this in the Zoomer kids that came out on Pump Fund. No one wants to hold anything for longer than 48 hours. You know, you got all the scammers on Solana. They're not holding stuff for longer than 7 seconds, 15 seconds. It's a representation of what's happened, right? But of course, friends, identifying this is one story, okay? What about, okay, how does it all end up? Well, just, you know, that's a $1 trillion question. Friends, like, for example, if you knew people were going to go more nihilistic, you would have been making the Pump Fund platform. But only the Pump Fund guys made the Pump Fund platform. They didn't even really know this. They just made it. And then everybody came in. They made their billions of dollars. You see what I mean? See how random it is? No one really knows, right? There is a unicorn out there right now, just no one believes in it. But see, friends, alongside Pump Fund, think about this, friends, how many ICOs did we do? All these products, projects, games and stuff. No bids for them at all, right? Doesn't last forever though. Okay, you can see everybody doing the whole vulture stuff on the Pump Fund launch pads now. So that's what I've said to you. So the business cycle's poop. So what everybody's now concluded is, look, friends, I'm here 18 hours a day. This is why I'm confident. I'm not just confident in myself because I'm confident. Okay, I'm not like that person at all. Okay, I know my circle of competence. When I don't know something, I keep my mouth shut. I got no idea, or I'll tell you, I'm sorry, I just got no idea how to add value, or we got to research it. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm here 18 hours a day. Whenever I see these things, and man, I go through so much info, man. I'm literally here 18 hours a day here for you. I've noticed I'm always right, but not like always right as in I know the answer. It's like, okay, now that I've spent 18 hours a day, month after month after month after month, no sleep season for me, 24/7, even on weekends, waking up 3 a.m., 5 a.m., whatever, I can finally see how the puzzle pieces are moving and where the trend is going, you know? Don't be scared though, because you don't need to do this all the time. You just got to get one home run, friends. One home run. Maybe I'll write a book one day. Instead of one good trade from Mike Bellafiore, maybe I'll write one big trade. That's all you need in crypto, one big trade. Now, Bitcoin dominance, I believe, is artificially high. Why artificial? Because of the double black swan stuff we've basically had, all this stuff is fluff. We got to get rid of that. We got to go back to March last year. And to me, that's like, okay, now you're starting the beginning, which it's so controversial to say that, friends. No one believes that. You know, it's funny. You hear like the 15 of us who are still left in freaking crypto Twitter. We talk about alt season. So then people go out and they go, ha ha ha, everybody's bullish on this alt season. No, they're not. No, they're not. Go and check all the YouTube comments. Go check Crypto Banter. Go check the comment section in Ivan. Go check Altcoin Daily. Go check Ben Coper. Go check all the comment sections, friends. You'll see the truth. The truth is most people have between 50 and 95% Bitcoin allocation, and they're going to be totally caught off guard because their other altcoin allocations are pretty much Solana. They're going to be totally caught off guard once the switch happens. We don't know when the switch is going to happen, though. If we knew that, you'd just be in them. So I believe Bitcoin dominance is artificially high. Why? It's because we've had the business cycle that's been running literally the worst in 70 years, 100 years. It's been down below 52 for 34 months. Remember, it's the secret's right here, friends. Bitcoin follows global M2. Altcoins follow the business cycle, right? You got to, friends, if you listen to the crowd, you can see their biggest weakness, okay? Their biggest weakness is they want to allocate when they go and print money, okay? So how do you trap them? The prices go up. So, okay, two traps. One, the 4-year cycle, yeah? We've got to run beyond the 4-year cycle. That's how you trap them, number one. Number two, we've got to run up and they haven't printed money yet. Okay. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know. I'm just telling you, that's the weakness of everyone. Everybody wants to sell on the 4-year cycle. Wall Street's actually bidding right now. They're bidding up and buying Ethereum. Retailers are selling. Yes. And remember what we spoke about? The money printing. Remember, friends, this is so beautiful. I can show it to you. In 2017, there was no money printing. We had the biggest alt season of all time. Do you know that? You do know that, friends. I've shown it to you here. There was no money printing in 2017. Okay, look how strong the economy was if we go in 2017, friends. Look, friend, look how, look how strong. This was Donald Trump's first cycle. Okay, friends, we went below. See this yellow line? That's ISM 50. We were only below 50 for 6 months. Okay, why do I write 12 here? Because that's below 52. I wanted to smooth it out and stuff. But friends, this is actually the strong. Look how freaking strong this thing was, man. This is insane. You were only below 50 for 6 months. Then it went to 52. That's actually, friends, this was Ethereum having its first pump. Do you know that? That was Ethereum's first pump. Comes back down and then rocket. This was double alt season. Alt season 1 peak here, alt season 2 peak here. Do you see that? We don't have that now. Compare that to this abomination. Whoa, you can see a big difference here. Wow, look how trash that is. Yeah. So it's not about this political stuff and waiting around. All I'm telling you is, look, man, everybody in crypto thinks the Bitcoin power law is going to work forever, which is up only, and that Bitcoin just won the game. I don't think so, man. I'll gently, aggressively push back on that. They are completely underestimating altcoins. Completely. Okay? Because they don't even know why people hold Bitcoin. All right? They go, oh, it's the best store of value. Well, because it has a bid behind it. You sure about that? Friends, people go and make their own altcoin stuff. They're literally throwing every single utility you can. They're eventually going to crack the code. Okay, they're eventually going to crack DEXs, privacy, swapping, wallet stuff, smart contracts. People, they're slowly cracking the code, slowly but surely. Okay, remember, it's a believer's cycle. Yeah, I believe in Bitcoin too. I'm just telling you, you have concluded the wrong things, my friends. That's it. You basically, because business ISM's been down for 34 months, everyone's concluded, oh, Bitcoin only. It's the best. It's the best. Look, I'm going to go out and say, now that we have 34 months of bad business ISM, I almost guarantee you the next period of time is going to be nowhere near this bad. Nowhere near this bad, okay? Other things I have here, right? Altcoins are going to pump hard alt season. Look, praying for a double bubble alt season. That would catch everybody off guard. Crime season happens. And crypto crime IPO season. Ripple, Tron, Binance, Gemini, Kraken. That's what I think eventually happens. And I've got my exotic top signals and stuff out here. So that's all I want to give you, friends. This is the most special and yummiest update here for you. I've shown you, where are you? We in the bull market. I started by showing you these junk growth stocks. Yeah, basically trash. Yeah, when they have this big overperformance thrust up, high odds, there's still more juice to go. It's not end of time stuff. That's why, friends, if you look at Tom Lee, crypto crowd favorite and Wall Street favorite, Tom Lee says, look, if you look at the crowd, being bullish is like being really contrarian, because they always ask him, how come everyone's looking at the same data, Tom? How come you can see it, but they can't? Why? And honestly, when I hear Tom, I'm like, oh my gosh, people ask me that same question. They really ask me that same question. The thing is, though, altcoins, they're a reflection of the business cycle. And crypto is very long duration assets. Yeah. So we need all of the traffic lights to go green, and then people are finally confident enough to buy the altcoins, right? The thing, though, is there's so many altcoins, you got to do a lot of the hard work and research. No one knows what the hell to buy. There's 50,000 coins and stuff out there, right? So the thing is, you look like an absolute schizo, maniac, unprofitable investor, if you can call it that, or gambler. You look like that for the whole period of time until the end, okay? That's why there's always question marks. How end is the end? When is the end going to happen? When's it going to begin? We don't know. But that's why the upside's so big. If we knew, you would never get that upside. You'd never get it, All right. That's precisely why it's there. You know, there's so many question marks. So that's what it might be, friends. At the very end, because friends, at the end, okay, there's going to be a leaderboard and there's just going to be people. You're not going to know, did that person day trade? Was he yield farming? What coin he bought in freaking, you know, day 17 and then sold it in day 23. You're not going to know any of that. It's just a scoreboard. That's it. It's just a scoreboard, right? And it's just going to be, what did you get out of that cycle, right? Now, remember, you're meant to compete with yourself, but I'm just telling you, the leaderboard at the end, I guarantee it's not going to have, oh, this guy traded 48,000 times following the LA Vape Cabal and sucking on the toe jam of the LA Vape Cabal. That's not going to be the person on the top, okay? If you look at the top 100, there's going to be a few traders. There is. It's going to be one of them, anonymous avatar, gets interviewed by the LA Vape Cabal, and then the comment section will be, hey, this guy's a scammer. He rugged this coin and this coin. Stop giving him platform. There are going to be a few of them. You know what I mean? And they created a bit of their own luck. They grifted and scammed people and whatever, and they just dumped on everybody else or whatever it is. Okay, there is going to be a few of them. But the overwhelming majority of people in that top 100 leaderboard or even top 1,000, you know what they're going to be because we've seen them before. They're going to be the believers, the buy and holders. That's what it's going to come down to. The buy and the holders. You see? So, all the data's pointing to one thing, friends. It's early bull market time, man. Early enough, right? I don't mean it goes forever. You don't really know. I'm just telling you that the best is still yet to come. I'm going to be watching this others BTC chart. We've only got 2 green candles here, yeah? Friends, I'm telling you right now, man, it's a battle of the titans. Like, who's going to be more correct? Is it going to be everyone else using their all, you know, their... I'll keep it family friendly, but is it going to be the people using the daily charts, squiggly lines, thinking that it's over every 2 weeks? You know, is it going to be those people? Or is it going to be monthly candle believer, your friend Somi? Okay. What's it going to come down to? You know, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm sticking to my guns. All right. The daily charts, yeah, you can skid yourself out every 5 seconds, but the monthly say the best is yet to come. Like, subscribe, catch you soon.